mixes sound like trash? Do rappers keep skipping your beats? Regardless if you have the HS5s, the HS7s, or the HS8s, and you make bass heavy music, you could be potentially missing out on a lot of opportunities to get the most out of your sound. What's poppin', gang? I'm 30 Killer Beats. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos on product reviews, music tutorials, and more. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps with the channel too. If you're looking for an upgrade, or you feel like you're missing something because your music sounds like crap on other speakers, or your music sounds like you're mixing underwater, it's time you open up your third eye to see the truth. In all high-end professional studios, they all have subwoofers, and there's a reason for that. If you plan on making music seriously, you must be able to hear everything. A subwoofer is definitely the next step. Even if you have 8-inch or 10-inch studio monitors, it's possible you cannot hear what's fully under 80 hertz. Just look at your studio monitor's frequency chart. You're just going to hear more of the higher frequencies than the lows, which is why I was able to break one of my HS speakers. I was thinking I was using the right amount of bass, but I was doing too much. This creates opportunity for the mixes to not translate well to other speakers. And if you're mixing with 5-inch studio monitors, well, you might as well be mixing on iPhone speakers. By all means, I'm not saying you can't get a great mix out of 8-inch speakers, but if you primarily focus on bass heavy music, you need to monitor what's going on down there, especially if consumer products are built to crap on the sound you took time on. If you get a subwoofer, make sure you treat your room well. I made this mistake in the past. If you don't, you will really bring out some of the bad and negative echoes in your room. Currently, I got foam put up on the walls and I got them from Amazon. And by all means, I'm not complete. I'm still not done yet, but just a building process. If you don't have any foam, you can use like heavy blankets, thick blankets and stuff like that. Shipping blankets, hang them up on the wall to help reduce the echoes that bounce around in your room. And if you get cold, you can snuggle behind the blanket hanging on your wall and feel a lot better. But just get the studio foam. They look way better anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a dedicated video on treating your room. Regardless if you have an audio interface with only 2 outputs, you can still get a subwoofer and without buying any extra gear besides a few cables. If you look on the back, you'll see the type of cables that you need. There'll be a link in the description where you can download the exact cables that you need if you want to get a subwoofer, or if you want to get the subwoofer that I'm talking about in this video, the Yamaha HS8S, link in the description below. Picking up a subwoofer like this, I really feel is really worth it, honestly, especially the Yamaha HS8S. If you do, you'll get more accurate mixes, louder mixes, better bass response. Plus, if you plan on going against the competition, you need the tools to hear everything. If you look at the best engineers, the best music producers, they all have a subwoofer in their studio. It's like saying you want to make music without using a program. Wait, you might be able to do that. It's like saying you want to have the best quality only mixing on Apple earbuds. It's impossible, unless you're optimistic. If you're dedicated to the sound and the quality of your music, I highly think it's worth it. It will give you an advantage over other producers and engineers that don't have one, and it will increase your accuracy in translating to other speakers without worrying about thinking, oh, if I bring this to the studio, it may not sound as great. And that happened to me before. You know, I mixed on just the HS8 by itself and bring it to a bigger studio, and I found out that there was more work that needed to be done. Personally, I've tried other subwoofers like the KRK 10-inch subwoofer, and it sounded great, but compared to the Yamaha HS8S, they just have way more detail. And honestly, I prefer the HS8S subwoofer, especially if you have like the HS5s or the HS7s or even the HS8s. You know, it just completes the whole circle. Built by Yamaha, I was able to get better mixes just by adding a subwoofer to my studio, even bringing it to a big studio, and they just translate a lot better. Personally, I have a service where I charge to mix and master other people's music, and I think this is well worth it. If you need your beats, songs, albums mixed, let me know in the comments. Link in the description as well. Oh, and if you ever buy a used Yamaha HS8, HS5s, or 7s from anybody, right on the back of the speaker, there's the year and date that it was made. Just in case the seller was lying to you, you can really look and see exactly when they got the speaker. Somebody might say, I just bought these speakers and I didn't use them much, but you look on the back, it's made in 2010. But they do last very long, so I'll say that. Personally, I don't think you should like cheap out on any speakers and stuff like that. It's like the heart of your whole studio. The better the speakers and better equipment you have, the better sound you'll get. And I'm sure that the subwoofer that I bought will pretty much last me for years and years and years. And let me know down in the comments if you think it's necessary to get a subwoofer for you or not. Hopefully you guys stay safe, and remember, it's only a matter of time. Peace.